Well, hi friends. As promised, I said I would give you a quick little tutorial on how to make these cute little, what I call gnomers or shelf sitters. And you can put essential oils on the hat because they're made out of felt. And I use felt because it does take the oils and, sorry, that's my cat. She may cry while I'm doing this. But I've been having some fun here working with my little gnomers. So I wanted to show you that I use, repurpose the essential oils tubes, and I use a serrated knife. This is my bread knife. And honestly, what you don't want to do is try and cut all the way through like this. I cut through the cardboard and then turn it, cut through, turn it, cut through, and cut through. Otherwise, it'll take you forever, and the rough edges don't even show. So don't hurt yourself. Just get that through. Anyway, so I've got my bits and pieces. I do make templates just for the hats. And then I have pieces here that I'll show you what I use. I use a real thin batting, and I like to just make the little gnomer body a little puffier, make them look nice and chunky. And then I use different fabrics here. I got some long-haired fur from Joann's. I've got the felt and polka dots, colors, plaids, whatever. And then I've got 4 colors of fabric. I've got a knit here. I get a 1/4 or a 1/3 yard. I've got the real popular black and red plaid. And then I've got this cute gray, and then this gray and black plaid. So anyway, I cut the pieces just a little bit longer. I'm just going to put this together really quickly for you, okay? So I'm going to take the tube, and I'm going to run a bead of glue across there to just hold this batting down, and then one more bead here to hold it down again. Please use glue that you won't burn yourself on. They do make cooler setting glue. And then I'm going to take the fabric here and do the same thing. But I've got the selvage edge here to make it really nice once I wrap it all the way around. Hopefully it'll fit. Yeah, I'll stretch it. And it's also just a little bit longer than my tube because I'm going to end up tucking it in. Okay? So I'm going to, again, just find center back here. Run a little bead of glue across there. Press it down. And I'm going to give this a good stretch. And that kind of finishes the edge, and I don't have to worry about it fraying or anything like that. So I'm going to be careful and pull that toward it. I should have put glue on the other side. I should have done that the other way around. But anyway, we're going to press that down, pull that across as best I can, like so. Okay, and then I'm going to run a bead of glue around the top here. And I'm just going to press it down. Again, be careful. Get glue that is kind of cool to the touch. And then I'm going to do the same here. And then I also do one other thing. For the smaller tubes, I like to weigh them down. The larger ones I don't worry about so much because they're pretty steady. But I will put another ring of glue around here. Set this on top, kind of center it. You're going to want to cut this felt piece about 1/4 of an inch bigger. And push that on, and then run a bead of glue around here real quick, and this just kind of finishes your bottom. I'm making these really fast, so I would normally be a little bit more careful. And then I'm going to just press that down until it actually adheres. Okay, so that's what I have so far. Okay, and then I'm going to take my beard here. And the way you cut this is you cut the backing with your scissors. You don't cut through the fur. You're going to cut around the backing from the back and trim it, and try really hard. It's really easy actually, just to trim so you don't cut all that fur off. Okay, so it keeps a long beard for you. Okay, so this is my back, so I'm going to find center in the front. I'm just going to run a little U-shape here, and I'm going to attach my beard just like you see, like that. Okay, so now I'm going to get these beads. I bought these beads for the noses. This is the packaging that I get. These are 16 millimeter. They carry bigger ones, but I found that they're just fine for this size too, of tube. So then the next thing I'm going to do is I'm just going to throw my beard on, right, or my nose, not my beard. I got the beard on there. And I keep the hole on the bottom because my hat will cover this top hole. That way it won't look like a nostril. And then I take a little bag. These are just bags that you get extra buttons in. You can buy these also at the craft store. But I weight this one down. I don't weight the other one down. And I just slip it in there. I put little stones in there. You can put rice in there or sand just to help weight it down. All this stringy. Okay. So the next thing we're going to do is we're going to make the hat. And just to show you quickly, I do make templates, okay, for the large hat and the small hat. So I cut out a small hat, okay, and it's basically just taking this and running the circumference around until you know that you've got enough. Now that was for the small one. I should have used the small tube. But anyway, I'm going to turn this until I get a peak, like so, and then I'm going to glue that and then just trim where I need to, okay? So this might be a little hard for some folks, but I'm just going to run a bead of glue along one edge like that. Then I'm going to turn this until I can get a nice point at the top, and then just start pressing it down just like that. Now if I have to trim that a little bit, I can, but I'm also going to be putting a little pom-pom ball on the top of that. So again, I use felt because felt takes the oils and they last a pretty long time. So now I'm just going to put a little bit of glue at the top, take my white pom-pom. You can use snowflakes, you can use bells, just like you see here, pom-pom is bells. I've got some bells here that I'll use on my other one. All this fuzz off of here. Just give that a little press. And now the last step is to attach that hat, this little hat, to his body. Okay, and it's not hard. We're also just going to line up the back seam with the back seam of the hat here. Sorry if this is a little blurry. My phone's been acting up, so I just want to get this done. So I'm just going to go around the top. I'm going to make sure I got glue on his nose really good. And the placement of the hat is important. It can be moved around a little bit. This glue is a little forgiving. But I always start with the nose first, covering that little hole. And then coming down a little bit on there. And then pressing the hat down and giving a little bit of character here. So if that little hole shows right there, I'm just going to put a little glue in there. And then press until it doesn't show anymore. Okay? So you can add little sparkles to this. You can do whatever you want on there. And then, again, like I said, some of these I've actually tied his beard, taken a little bit of glue and twisted it on to make a bit of a mustache to his beard. Okay, so the last one I'm going to do, so this guy is somewhat done. Okay, so that's what I've worked on so far. And I give these as hostess gifts, or I give them to the biz builders on my team and such. So I'm going to make this guy's hat now, do the same thing. Looks looks funny sitting there, doesn't he? Just a nose. So I'm going to run a bead of glue right along here. And I'm going to turn this hat. Now this one I know I'm going to have to trim because I made it a little bigger than I should have. It was one of the first ones that I made for this larger gnome sitter. See, so here it's a little bit longer. So I'm basically just going to take my scissors and just come along here and cut away and even that out. And it's okay that it's long in the front because I need that part for the nose. So then I can just play with this, glue it on, and then he'll be done. Okay, oh, I got glue on him. So anyway, oh, I gotta turn him around. But anyway, that, and then I was gonna add a little bell to the top of his right here. Put a little bell on there. I'm not sure yet. Anyway, the other thing I wanted to show you, a couple other things that I've done, is I've gone to the dollar store. I've done this 2 years in a row, and they sell these awesome little ornaments. You got to get there pretty quick, but they just hang. But what I've done is I turn them over and I just cut a slit in the back, and I have these little oil. They're just like oil filters, essential oil filters that you put inside certain diffusers, car diffusers, and I can get them in packages from, I think it's LSP, Life Science Publishers, I think sells them. You can look them up. But anyway, I put a little slit in the back of each of these, and then I slip that in there, and then I'll get them a small bottle, these little dram bottles here with a lid, and I'll mark on there maybe Thieves or Christmas Spirit, and attach it to the gift, and just with a note of thanks. And usually I give those to my biz builders too, with a gift of a couple other things, but just something that you can hang on your tree. And it's a really nice diffuser for the holidays. And then I found these other cute ones. I'm not quite sure what I'm going to do with these yet, but when they have the felt like that, like his hat is felt, they make really good diffusers because it holds the oil for a long period of time. Not sure what I'm doing with these guys yet, but these I got at the Christmas tree shop for like $1. These were like $1 as well at the dollar. I got those at Dollar Tree. That's the brand right there. And this is the brand for these. I got these cheap. It says $1.99, but they were on sale really, really cheap. And then the last thing I do, in every season, you can go to Hobby Lobby, and they make these cute little felt stick-ons. And I do get the ones that are felt. And what you can do is I also bought a bag of these. Sometimes they come painted and sometimes they don't. This was $1 at Joann's, and I got like 25 of them. They're painted gold. And because they're already ready-made, you can just glue them to the back of these little felt characters, and they are car diffuser clip-ons to their vent clip-ons. And then they can put essential oils on here, so you can give them a little sample of an oil. Sometimes I'll give them Purification or Christmas Spirit, or Thieves is a good one to have in the car. But look how cute they are. And you want to get the ones that are felt. You don't want to get the ones that are made out of foam, because the oils will eat through the foam, and we know that. So I just take these little sticky things off the back, and then I'll put a bead of glue here, and then I'll just press it right on there. And then I've got all of these to go. So sometimes I'll clip these to a little goodie bag if I have a make and take. So that's kind of like a little bonus for them. And then the last thing I was going to show you is I found these little cards, these little recipe cards at Joann's, that if you want to write out a recipe, oily recipe, I thought they would be really, really cute handwritten if you have good handwriting. And just a couple of my ideas that I thought I'd share with you, since you asked me to do a little demo for the little gnomer sitters. So there they are. Okay, hope you liked it. Take care.